All set? Good evening, my name is Jack Dearborn, I'm the chairman of the zoning board of adjustment for the town of Ware. August 1st, 2023, 7:30 meeting. We have a case that was continued, but since been pulled by the DJ Nelson family as case 11-2023. So that is no longer before us. We have this evening a case number 13-2023, Ryan T. Hopper, applicant. You are the owner now, right? Okay, so it says been purchased. Wildwood Road, tax map 404-019, residential zone, variance article 1711. Okay, just to explain how this works. We only hear cases here. There's only 4 flavors of cases we take on. One is a variance, which is here this evening. Administrative appeal, special exception detailed in the zoning allowing for a special exception. And administrative appeal, should a agent of the town who makes decisions on zoning, you feel it's an error, people can bring it forwards. So we're here tonight for the variance. So the way we run the meeting is first we will ask for, first I'll seat the board, the 4 members here this evening. I'll ask for a motion to accept the application. The purpose of that is to see if we have enough information to go forwards and hear the case. After the motion made, second, discussion and affirmed in 3, we need 3 votes yes to move forwards. If we get 3, we move forwards. Then we will start with the actual case, should we get the 3 votes. And we'll hear the case one at a time. There's only one this evening. We'll hear the case. I'll ask the applicant to come forwards. And at that point, ask the board if they have any specific questions before we start. Once we're through with that, I'll ask the applicant to please read the question, the bolded question, and the answer that they're attesting to for each one of the 5 questions. And then after that, I'll ask if there's any approving abutters that wish to speak, disapproving abutters, public at large, other boards. Once that's done, I will ask the applicant if they wish to speak again. After, if he or she wishes to, or does or doesn't, we'll then go through once more. Everybody gets 2 shots. I'll ask for approving abutters, disapproving abutters, public at large, other boards. Once we've done that, I will close the public hearing, and then we will go and deliberate on the case. Board only, no public input from this point forward. I ask for a motion for each one of these articles. Should we get a second? Then public, and then discussion on it, and then we'll take the vote. Each one individually, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You need to get 3 yeses on each question. If you don't get 3 yeses, 1 strike, you're out in that regard. And should you fail in your attempt, the board votes no on one of those. If you don't achieve 3 on each one, you don't get the variance. You have an opportunity to come back for rehearing if you feel there's some material information that was missed. We have the decision whether we will rehear the case or not. We can narrow for the case to be reheard to whatever we think is appropriate to be for rehearing, should we choose to have it. Should you lose the rehearing, you have a choice to go to Superior Court or not. It's a direct appeal to Superior Court after that. So, for this evening's board, I will seat myself. Mark?
Mark Moretti, member.
Michael Meyer, member.
Malcolm Wright, member.
Thank you. 4 members this evening. Okay. Motion to accept case number 13-2023.
Move to accept case 13-2023.
Second.
Thank you. Any discussion on it?
No.
Do we have the application here before us, Beth? I'd like the applicant to sign the application with his name versus an initial. It may be your signature, but we won't recognize it. Yeah.
That is, my actual name, so just write my name next to it.
You can print your name next to it, whatever you want, so we know who our is. Okay. All right. We have a motion,
Moved and seconded.
second?
Yep.
No more discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? We'll move it forward. I make that 4-0. And with that, I'll ask the applicant to step up, state your name, where you live.
All right, my name is Ryan Hooper. I'm a resident of 79 Robbins Road in Wilton and the property owner of Wildwood Road, lot 404-019.
Thank you. Would you please read the first bolded question, give your answer?
Will do. The variance will not be contrary to the public interest. As I see it, it does not change the essential character of the neighborhood. Additionally, construction of a single home does not threaten the health, welfare, or safety of the public.
Okay, number 2, please.
Please describe how the spirit of the ordinance is observed. The construction of a single-family does not change the essential character of the neighborhood and does not create a public hazard. Are you good for number 3?
3,
Please describe how substantial justice is done. Proposed use of the property does not cause harm or risk of harm to the general public. Please describe how the values of surrounding properties are not diminished. I do
go
not.
back to 3.
Okay. Yep.
The question is, how does it provide substantial justice to be done,
Okay.
speaking for yourself?
Yep.
You own a lot.
Yep. Okay. I apologize on that one.
We're just looking for clarification. Like,
Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say,
Substantial justice for you
Yep.
would be to get what?
build a single-family home. Okay, perfect. That's actually one I had question on before, so.
These are done by the state legislature, and they get humanized slightly by our town lawyers, so people can understand them.
Gotcha.
And sometimes they don't quite come across.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Question for you,
Yes.
if you don't mind. Kind of speaking to the character of the neighborhood, I'm not overly familiar with this development.
Yep.
How many of those lots are developed that you know?
I would have to count them all, but the one to the
Yeah.
right, to the left, there's one
Just an
developed now.
estimation.
I think it's 5 or 6, depending how you count them.
Yeah, 5 or 6.
Either side of you?
One on either side, and then
Okay.
there's 2 to either side.
It stops right about where the second break is here. This is the last one that's built on. All these are premature.
So from 31 south,
Basically, from here down, this is basically at best, a four-wheeler road.
Okay.
This is a fairly substantial gravel grade road. Okay? And it's pre-existing to zoning,
Right.
okay?
Please describe how the values of surrounding properties are not diminished. I do not see any cause or potential for values of the surrounding properties to decrease due to the construction of a single-family home on the road. Literal enforcement or provision of the ordinance would result in unnecessary hardship. This lot shows great potential for construction of a single-family home in a great area of town. Property has no special conditions that are different than any other property to either side of the lot.
Okay, just so we get this clear. If If you didn't get the variance, would it be an unnecessary hardship for you?
Yeah, I now own a lot I can't do anything with.
Okay, so, that's the question that's being asked.
Okay.
Okay. Got it. Okay, you wanna go to B?
Please describe special conditions of the property that distinguish it from other properties in the area. The property has great opportunity for construction of a single-family home. The property has a few flat spots for house locations and also provides a quiet, small-town atmosphere.
Okay, and the second part? Owing to the special condition?
Yep, owning to the special conditions identified above, please indicate how the property cannot be reasonably used in strict conformance with the ordinance, and a variance is therefore necessary to enable a reasonable use. The property in current state cannot be reasonably used due to the restriction listed in section 17.1.1 of the zoning ordinance. A variance is necessary to enable a reasonable use of the property.
There is also a very current deed, July 10th, 2023. There's a set of abutters. There is a, what's that? Looks like a topography map for the soil, for the septic. Septic approval, already been done. More stuff, there's some dimensional diagrams of the building, this proposed building. That's attached. Okay. Please have a seat. Okay, this gets into the next section. For the approving abutters, and wish to speak?
No, I'm a butter.
You're not in the butter?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Well, you figure out which one you want. Approving abutters, disapproving abutter.
Approving a butter.
Step up to the approving abutters. State your name, please.
Leonard Biscuitoris. I'm 63 Wildwood, which would be on one side of the property. And I'm approving a butter. I don't see any reason why we shouldn't be able he shouldn't be able to build on the property. I've talked to him. He showed me where he's gonna build, and we pointed out, where the culverts are and make sure there's no problem with that. And I didn't see any problems with him building on the property.
Okay,
Very good.
have a seat, Lenny. Disapproving abutters, other approving abutters, being none. Disapproving abutters, I see none. Public at large, other boards, I see none. Would you like to rebut or amplify anything you might have not said before? Thank you. Approving abutters, you wish to speak again?
No.
Disapproving abutters, public at large, other boards, being none. At this point, I'm gonna shut down the public meeting. Thank you. We haven't voted. You can leave.
Now it's our turn to talk.
Okay, let me just finish this. Okay, motion to approve case 13-2023.
Move to approve case 13/2023.
Second that.
Made in second. Motion. Any discussion? I've got discussion. So, when we consider conditions for a Class 6 and private road, this is a private road tonight. So, we put this on here. Some of this is required by the state law. Some are not, but what we believe is important for the town is truly all about life and safety. That's really the issue. Make sure that we have adequate passage to and from for life and safety for the first responders. That's the principal issue. So let me go through this. Condition 1, the applicant shall be required to post the necessary signs at the transition for a Class private private road in accordance with the town of Ware's sign policy and be consistent with the Hampshire RSA 674-41, 1 and D, which is private road. This road shall not, and this is the sign wording, this road has not been accepted by the town of Ware, or it consists of a class 6 or private road which the town has no duty to maintain. The town assumes no responsibility for the maintenance, including snow removal, nor liability resulting from the use of the streets, RSA 674-41. Condition 2, this also comes from 674-41, which is a state regulation. The applicant shall be required to complete the town aware liability disclaimer and file the liability disclaimer at the Hillsborough County Registry of Deeds and be consistent with the Hampshire RSA 674-41, 1, D, private roads. Number 3, the applicant shall take the necessary actions to be in practical compliance with the town of Ware's planning board subdivision regulations for driveway permit requirements and the town of Ware zoning ordinance, article number 36. The town of Ware Public Works Director shall be the authority for interpreting the practical implementation of the requirements condition. Number 4, the applicant shall be required to take necessary action to comply with the E911 signage requirement for proper identification, for proper residence location identification to support emergency vehicle for life and safety responses. Okay. Anybody have any other conditions?
No, sir.
Okay. Let's go through this. Are those in favor? Mark?
Aye.
Jack, aye. Mike?
Aye.
Malcolm?
Aye.
Okay. 4-0. 2, please.
Move to accept prong 2.
Second that?
Need a second?
Yes.
Second. Yes.
And discussion? Being none? Let me get back to my case here. I guess the question here is, please describe how the spirit of the ordinance is preserved. The zone is for residential or residential agricultural maybe.
It's residential.
Residential.
Yeah.
And single-family dwellings are allowed within the zone. The problem with this is that it lacks the frontage on a Class 5 road. This is a private road. The reason we don't allow that without a variance being approved is because we don't want to have people be put in situations where life and safety can't reasonably respond. And also, the posting is for people who casually drive to your house to overtly know when they cross from the Class 5 to the private road, that it is a private road, so they know that they're their own liability here. The town of Ware has no issues regarding, it takes no position about doing any maintenance or any liability. So I think from this standpoint, the road is in good shape. It's a dirt road, gravel grade, all-weather surface, and it's been there prior to zoning, so this is not something that happened recently. And these lots are all been subdivided prior to zoning. Okay,
Agreed.
Yep.
okay?
Yep.
Anybody else? Nope.
Nope.
All those, and you, Mark and Malcolm commented, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Yep.
And, Mark, all those in favor?
Aye.
Jack, aye.
Aye.
Malcolm and.
Aye.
Yep. All right, 3.
Move to accept prong 3.
Second.
Thank you. Again, please describe how substantial justice is done. To the applicant, significant justice is done because they get a reasonable use of their property. to the town, I don't think there's substantial injustice, because we've taken care of the life and safety issue. There are other places, there are other buildings that have been on that road for a long time, and so, that's about it.
Yep. Road's maintained in good condition. It's a residential lot.
Right. Okay? Mark?
Aye.
Jack, aye?
Aye.
Mike?
Aye.
Malcolm? Thank you. 4-0.
Move to accept prong 4.
Thank you.
Second. I just wanted to say, the surrounding properties, looking at the plans he's got here, I don't think any devalue of anything surrounding will happen.
I agree.
I agree.
Agreed.
Okay. Mark? All those in favor?
Aye.
Jack, aye? Mike?
Aye.
Malcolm?
Aye.
4-0.
Move to accept number 5 in its entirety.
Thank you.
Second.
Thank you. Again, a necessary hardship. This is a change that happened some years back, some 10, 15 years back, to consider an unnecessary hardship. So, from the landowner's perspective, this would be very much an unnecessary hardship for this to happen. Put the conditions on the road to make sure, and the proper signage, and the disclaimer in the registry. So anybody who's casually going there, anybody buying the house in the future, should see that this is not required. I mean, it's not, the town of Ware will not maintain the road. Any casual people driving there will notice that the sign, that they're transitioning to a place where they assume the liability themselves.
Agreed.
Okay? Mark?
Aye.
Jack, aye? Mike?
Aye.
And Malcolm?
Aye.
Thank you. All righty. You got a variance. You may want to see somebody tomorrow or the next day to get your, well, I guess the question is, you're now able to proceed to a building permit. I mean, you got 2 years to use it.
Good luck.
Have a good night.
Good time.
Take care.
So,
Have a good evening.
see you, Lenny.
Is that it for this evening?
That's it.
Move to adjourn.
Thank you.
I'll second.
Oh,
What's mine?
do we have a comment?
You got minutes?
Do we have
I didn't
minutes?
get any minutes.
No.
Tell you what, save for next time.
Yeah.
We'll burn Naomi for that. We don't have any
I
minutes.
didn't get anything.
Yeah. Vote to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn. Second,
We've got those.
Yep.
all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Oh, fine.